Netflix recently issued a stern warning to its subscribers that sharing passwords could have serious consequences. The streaming giant is cracking down on password sharing by making it clear that anyone caught sharing their Netflix login information can expect to face hefty fines and potential legal action. The streaming service, which used to actively encourage people to share their passwords, now estimates that over 100 million users are essentially watching for free, which is starting to make an impact on revenue. In this video, we will explore the implications of Netflix's warning, the potential risks associated with sharing passwords, and how it could impact your Netflix account.
Netflix recently announced a new policy that could have big consequences for those who shared their passwords. In a statement, the streaming giant warned users that they may face account suspension or even legal action if they give away or sell their passwords. This is part of Netflix's plan to better protect its content and the rights of its partners. The company did not give specific details on how it will enforce the new policy, but it did warn that any violation could result in a range of consequences. These include account suspension or termination, a requirement to upgrade to an individual premium plan, or legal action. It's important to note that this policy applies to all users regardless of whether they are watching Netflix in a shared living space on multiple devices or simply lending a friend their password for a short period of time. The company emphasizes that passwords should only be used by the authorized user and that any sharing is done at their own risk. Given the stiff penalties, it's important for users to understand this new policy and take steps to protect their account from unauthorized use. Netflix's new policy warning users that sharing their passwords could cost them big time is a wake-up call for anyone who has been sharing their account. Under the new policy, Netflix reserves the right to take legal action against any user who is found to have shared their password with someone else. This includes both the person who is sharing the password and the person who is receiving it. If you are found to be sharing your password, it could result in a range of punishments such as having your account suspended or even terminated. You could also face criminal prosecution if the activity is deemed serious enough. The risk is real and not something to be taken lightly. While Netflix may not always take action against those sharing their passwords, they have made it clear that they have the right to do so. So if you have been sharing your password with others, now is the time to stop. If you're sharing your Netflix password with friends or family, it's important to be aware of the risks. To help keep you from getting caught, follow these simple steps. Don't share your password with more than the intended recipients. Sharing your password with too many people can put you at risk for getting caught by Netflix. Stick to sharing your password with only those you trust, and consider setting up separate accounts for each user if possible. Only access Netflix using devices associated with your account. Netflix keeps track of which devices are used to access their service. It is a good idea to only use devices associated with your account when accessing Netflix. This way, it will appear that only you have been using the service and not multiple people. Set a strong password. Make sure your password is strong and not easily guessed by others. Try to use a combination of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Additionally, make sure that the same password isn't used across multiple services. Sharing passwords with friends, family members, or others is not something that Netflix takes lightly. Violators of the policy may be subject to various consequences, including being banned from the service entirely. Aside from the legal implications, password sharing could cost the industry up to $25 billion a year, according to a Citibank report, with Netflix losing $6 billion per year. To account for the losses, Netflix increased its subscription fees last year, and it recently introduced an ad-supported model with a lower monthly cost. Finally, there are potential risks associated with sharing passwords. Not only is your personal information and data at risk if someone else has access to your account, but so is any financial information you may have linked to your account.